Welcome back, everyone. Jaybone here for Smash This Podcast. It's a late night bone. Fixing my camera again. Who keeps bumping this? Oh, yeah, this little girl that's sitting up here right above my camera. Probably bumping it with her tail. Welcome, everyone. I know it's late, but you know what? A little podcast buddy of mine decided to triple book himself tonight. No, the BS boys decided to go live. They're going to start going live on Mondays, which is fine with me. It's, they've been running that for a long time, and they decided to run their show live, which is fine. It's a Monday. It's not that big of a deal. Say hello, Oreo. Say hello. Of course, she's got to get her little Oreo tuchus in the act, don't you? Be good, girl. You be good. What is up? Come on in. I know it's late. Paul, what is up? Bell's boy. There's Raw highlights. I try to cover. I try to cover highlights. I don't nitpick it to death, but I try to go over highlights. For those of you that don't watch it, it's fine. What was said a few weeks ago? It was hilarious. Someone said, "Oh, Jaybone watches Raw, so we don't have to." That's I believe Mark. I believe Mark said that. What's up, Mark? Bill, what is up? David, haven't seen you in a minute. What is up, dude? Look, he fell asleep during Raw. No, it's 3 hours. Trust me, I used to fall asleep during Raw all the time. Now I try to stay awake because I actually started covering it again on a regular basis. My goodness, Oreo, you have a lot more energy than I do. Buckshot Kid, what is up? All right, so, but before we get into that, I do want to talk about the announcement that was made earlier today, and that actually took priority over, my God, what are you doing, Oreo? Please don't destroy my office. It's already a mess. Uh-oh. Site looks a little wonky. All right, no, we're good. All right, so do a little share screen-a-rooney here. This was announced earlier today. I am excited about this, guys. Final resolution this Saturday, which I will be covering live. I'm not sure if it's going to be a full watch-along with a review. We'll see. Nothing's guaranteed right now, but I am going to be covering it nonetheless. There will absolutely be a review. So this was just announced in addition to the Final Resolution 2020 card this Saturday that you can catch on your Impact Plus app. Go get your 30-day free trial or whatever the free trial is. Trust me, folks, if you follow my content and or the Total Nonstop Impact content, and we cover Explosion, we do throwbacks, we're covering all the classic Asylum episodes back from 2002 on. We're about halfway through 2003 right now. We just, what did we just hit? I think we just hit the end of year one. We just covered the anniversary issue where Stang debuted for TNA. So yeah, trust me, it's worth it, especially if you cover all of our stuff. It's worth it to get all this content. And look, I know a lot of people shit on the past of Impact Wrestling and TNA. It's not all that bad, folks. Is some of it a little wonky? Sure, but every single company has had some kind of wonky history. Nothing is perfect, folks. That's a lot of fun. So yeah, this Saturday, Knockouts Go to War, Final Resolution, breaking Team Sea Stars. The Sea Stars will face Havoc and Nevaeh. Very excited about this. And this is a great sign that these two, Delmi Exo, I'm getting used to a few of these names, so just pardon me if I mispronounce or something, but Delmi Exo and Ashley Vox, sisters in the Sea Stars tag team here, let Impact Wrestling know. Tag the EVPs, even though one of them is like a major heel right now. And he's bringing the AEW champion tomorrow night to Impact Wrestling. My God, folks, you do not want to miss this stuff going on in Impact Wrestling. But yeah, so this match is added to the card. Let's look at the full card, shall we? Let's hit this more info. I don't know if they added it to this or not, but okay. So we've got on the card here, we got Rich Swann defending his Impact World title against Chris Bay this Saturday. See what I did there? We also have Carl Anderson versus Ethan Page. Can't wait. Those two are going to knock it out of the park. And sure enough, there it is, added to the lineup. Havoc and Nevaeh versus the Sea Stars. Let me know in the chat who you think is going to win that one. I might do some predictions later this week sometime. I'm not sure exactly when. I got to figure everything out. I'm also trying to, because today was my son's birthday. And I haven't seen him on a regular basis lately because this whole year's been shit. And I've been dealing with other stuff going on in the house. So, but I did tell him, I Skyped with him earlier today. I told Eric, I said, hey, I want to see you sometime this weekend. I'm sure your mom and your family have some kind of birthday plans with you. I can work around it. Just let me know. So I'm probably going to see him Sunday. I'm going to pick him up and we're going to go have some Taco Bell, celebrate his birthday. Better late than never. So today is my son's birthday. Jaybone Jr., we'll call him. Man, the years just fly. They don't get any slower. They really don't. They just absolutely fly. Mark says the explosion match was great this week. Now, are you talking about the new episode that just dropped like within the last 24 hours? Or are you talking about the one that we just covered? Because that was actually a lot of fun. The Suicide versus Swinger. I'm not sure who's on the new one. You know what? Let me quick look that up. Let me jump into my Impact Plus. Hey, it's Rich Swann month. You know what? I got to start watching some of this stuff. Here we go. Recently added. The December 5th. Whoa, I'm not playing this now. Brian Myers battles Falaba. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, excuse me. Dear God. David Penzer sits down with Chris Sabin. Oh, I can't wait to cover this. And I don't know what the flashbacks on this is, but okay. Cool. Little Bone. That sounds like one of those like modern rapper names, Lil Bone. And there probably is one out there called Lil Bone. I would not be surprised. David Cohen said he's hoping the Sea Stars get signed full-time by Impact Wrestling. Like I said, let them know. Let them know. Zach Ponifer, Mini Bone. All right. That's just crazy. What the hell do you have in your picture there? That's just, I don't know what that is. All right. But yeah, Myers and Falabella looks pretty good. Can I help you? Really? Can you? Oh my God, Kat. It's a miracle she doesn't wipe out like every single one of my episodes when I'm doing this live. Because she crawls underneath my monitor, steps on my keyboard. I'm like, dear God. All frazzled now. Jiminy Christmas. Elijah Washington, what is up? Signed to Sea Stars. Happy they're getting a showcase. Yeah, man. It's awesome. What else did I want to cover quickly before? Oh, I want to say congratulations. Speaking of kids, congratulations to Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Brand new baby. Is it a boy? I think it's a boy. The name is like Rue. Roux. You know what? I gotta look this shit up. Hang on a second. I saw the name, but I kind of chuckled. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, it's gotta be like ethnic or oh my goodness, there's some news. Wow, I guess we're gonna cover that too. Give me a second here, guys. I gotta find this because I don't want to now. Because now I'm just curious, really. Oh, it's a daughter. Oh, I am so sorry. I'm used to like, names like Amy or Sarah or whatever like that. I'm sorry. Welcome to the world. I believe it's pronounced Rue or Roe. Someone help me out with this. Is this like, Winnie the Pooh Rue? Is that like how it's pronounced? Hashtag and new. That was adorable. Yeah, because their tweet doesn't say it's our daughter. Oh, okay, well, okay. There's pink in the picture. I suppose that's supposed to be the giveaway. Becky Lynch, of course, has her nails done. That reminds me. There's pictures out there from when my mother gave birth to me. And this is just comical. And I didn't think about this until much later in life. When you're little, you don't think about these kind of details. You see your picture, you're like, oh, my mom's pretty. My mom had her hair done perfect, her makeup, everything. Absolutely mint perfect the day I was born. Most women, hair is like a dreadlock, nabby mess because you're just sweating and you're just all over the place. You're metal thrashing mad with contractions, trying to have this kid or kids. And, by the end, you're like, the women are just like, oh my God, I don't want to see the public eye for 24 hours until I get a shower and clean up. And, this is how wives / significant other, that's how they are. And this picture of my mom, God rest her soul. I miss you, Ma. Man, she was like model. She was like a model holding me, just proud, smiling, makeup, everything, just gorgeous. It was hilarious. See, this is what happens when it's so late. and my brain goes 20 different ways. So I'm actually having an energy drink, just trying to like keep up with my own brain right now, because I know I'm so off track right now. Wow, the numbers are actually going up. That's amazing. Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with this name, but welcome. Looking forward tomorrow for Kenny Omega. Dude, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what kind of content they do. He also says, first time I've ever been excited for an Impact episode. Looking forward to it. Hey, if you're not, I could tell you, from me and the TNI crew, Total Nonstop Impact, that we've been covering this now for the last 2 years. Some of the guys on our crew are like lifetime fans. I've been back and forth over the years, but I've been watching it solid and covering it either on here or there for like the last 3 years. And I've been with them about a year and a half now, almost exactly, give or take a little, about a year and a half. Trust me, the last 3 years, it hasn't been perfect, but it has been great with the youth. What does Josh call it? The youth movement of their roster. It's great stuff. It really is. Good storytelling, consistent storytelling. Even in the light of things happening like this year, when this year was such a freaking mess. It's amazing to see what this company has done. While other companies have fired half of their people, including office and, wrestling TV roster, others have grown and hired a ton of people like Impact Wrestling. It's amazing. So yeah, it's interesting. Did you see the match between Renee Michelle, Mrs. Spud, wrestling Shoal Guerrero at the GCW show this Saturday in Tampa? No, I did not. Was that the free one that was on YouTube? Because I did watch a little bit of it. I did have it on in the background. But if that's a free one, I know they were trying to raise money for people, because so many people are canceling bookings and stuff from here till the end of the year, going into the next year. Armand, what's up, dude? David Pash is in here. Welcome. And by all means, folks, get in on the Twitch. You can sub. You can share some bits. Trying to keep that going. And I apologize for the inconsistency from this last week too. I was we'll just say I was under the weather. Okay. My gastritis was kicking my head on. It's just like, Jaybone sounding really fucking old right now. It's like, yeah, my gastritis was kicking my ass. It's true. It's what happens. So I shouldn't be drinking this either, but trying to keep the train going, So yeah, I took most of the weekend off after the throwback from last week. Came back last night with the TNI guys, and I'm here now, late at night, doing this for you. So yeah. So we covered Final Resolution, the card updates, Seth and Becky's baby. What else? I saw something else on here, and then we'll jump into Raw highlights. I know not everybody watches Raw, but I still cover it. And I'm constructively critical on it. I don't just say, oh, it was all great, or oh, it was all crap. Let's see here. Saw something earlier. Shaquille O'Neal confirmed for AEW Dynamite this week. Holy crap. I am very curious to see what's going on. So 2 weeks in a row, last week or 2 weeks ago, Jade, I can't think of her name, Jade Cargill, I believe her name is, said that Shaq is coming when she was cutting a promo on Cody. And then last week, Stang showed up and we'll just say confronted the Rhodes family along with Darby Allin. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how Shaq is included in this. I'm very curious. And by all means, let me know if you're excited too. I have no clue what he's doing. I don't know if he's actually going to wrestle, because I know there was like, was it like a handful of years ago? Between 5 to 10 years ago, there was a thing where Shaq was on Raw or something and had a face off with the Big Show. And we thought we were getting Big Show versus Shaq. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, God. I don't want to see that. Thank you, Bell's Boy. But no, I don't want to see that. I have absolutely no desire to see that. But hey, if you want to see it, let Cody know. Just be like, hey, Shaq versus Stang. Oh my goodness. Yes, Mark. Jaybone watches Raw, so we don't have to. I mean, I could tell you guys anything. I'd be like, yeah, Stang showed up on Raw too, guys. And you'd be like, what the fuck? I'm kidding. I'm not one of those guys. Thank you for your sacrifice, Jaybone. Oh, yeah, I love you guys. You guys are too damn funny. So yeah, Mark and I are going to be covering stuff later this week on Saturday live for Final Resolution. Mark, don't worry. I'll get with you and I'll call you and you call me, whatever, later this week, and we'll finalize everything. Don't worry. I won't leave you in the dirt till last minute, because I know sometimes my memory isn't all that tremendous. Yes, you know what? That's a great. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So a lot of people, thank you, Bell's Boy. A lot of people wondering what's up with this new class in NXT. People wondering, well, Dez and Wentz are there. Where's Trey? And don't worry, I'll get to the Trips quote in a minute, because it bothers the shit out of me. And some people are going to say it shouldn't, but it does. So Trey's got a personal family. I don't remember specifically what it was. Something about a nephew with poor health or something. So he's helping a family, I'm guessing his sister or brother, whatever, with their nephew. And once that is cleared up, or whatever the thing with the nephew is cleared up, then he'll focus on wrestling. And you know what? I gotta say that's pretty stand up. That's a pretty stand up thing to do. He's got an opportunity to do something big. And look, opinions aside, no matter what your opinion is on someone from Impact Wrestling going to the WWE, I've said this a billion times. I'll say it a billion times more. If it's their dream to be on that stage someday, you cannot knock them for it. Okay? It's not our right to. We can say whatever we want as fans, but we can't and should not knock them for following their dreams. Okay? I mean, go get that money. Seriously. It's not a bad thing. I mean, and all we can do is hope for the best, that it works out great for them, that they become big stars, you know? I hope all three of them have the kind of run that like AJ Styles has had, you know, or anyone else from Impact Wrestling that has had a mediocre to great success there. Like Bobby's has been back and forth, but he originally, of course, was a WWE guy, but he had most of his success in Impact Wrestling. Bobby Lashley. So yeah, Trey went because he's probably like, look, I got to say something because people are just losing their minds over this. Like, where is he? Why isn't he with them? I'm happy for Dez and Wentz, okay? Whether there's not a lot of gray here. I'm assuming they're either going to get put as a tag team on the NXT roster get included with get included with 205 Live. Because let's be serious here for a second. That 205 roster needs some serious cleaning up. Like, they've had some of the same guys on there from day one. You know, and that goes back to, you know, their original guys that were on there, you know, TJP, Rich Swann. Now they're up here on Impact, you know, and they're doing great. You know, hell, TJP is not even like officially part of Impact Wrestling. He's free agent and he's doing other stuff. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, he's got that freedom, and at his age, with him being around as long as he has been, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You're lucky to have that kind of freedom if you've been around that long and are healthy enough to do so. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dez and Wentz, man, I'm kind of spooked to find out what their new names are going to be if they do change their names. I mean, a lot of guys have come in and kept their names. Like that Kurt Stallion is on 205 Live, and he kept his name. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to assume anything, but it's either going to be NXT or 205 Live. If it's 205 Live, hey, God bless them. They need some fresh faces on there. So maybe a combo. NXT and or 205 Live. Now let's go back to Trey. So Trey's doing his own thing, taking care of family business. Stand-up thing to do, nothing wrong with that. What Trips said during the post War Games, it was from last night? Yeah. The post War Games media call. Nick Hausman from Wrestling Inc., whatever, was asking him, like, hey, where's Trey? You got Dez and Wentz. Where's Trey? And then he starts getting real vague. Well, I don't want to say anything super specific on why so-and-so is this and why so-and-so is that. But then he starts talking about this is a passion business. And some people come in and you can see their passion. And some people are saying, oh, well, he didn't say anything specific about Trey. No, the question was about Trey. What do you mean he's not talking about Trey? He's answering about Trey. So he's saying Trey doesn't have this passion. How the fuck can you say Trey doesn't have passion? Impact Wrestling would not have Trey headline one of their biggest pay-per-views of the year, Slammiversary, and give him a shot. No matter how you book it, he still had a shot at the top title of Impact Wrestling. He had chances to go for the X Division Championship. He was getting a great push this year. This was Trey's year as far as anybody from that group. That group of three from the Rascals, from Impact Wrestling, this was absolutely Trey's year. And unfortunately, Dez and Wentz kind of got lost in the mix here and there. I mean, they were still featured, but, you know, they didn't. When everybody thought they were going to win the titles last year, they didn't. As far as tag titles. And, hey, it is what it is. They got booked how they got booked. I wouldn't say they got buried. I know there were some people that were really rooting for them, but not all our favorites can win. That's just how wrestling goes, guys. It's just how wrestling goes. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, Trey had a great year and, you know, even became a world champ in Warrior Wrestling. Okay, now granted, it's an indie, but it's one of the bigger Midwest indies in Chi-Town, and they had some great shows given the situation this past summer, with everything going to shit around the world, you know. And for Trips to say that he doesn't have passion, that he chose to stay home and take care of family business and not follow, he's got the rest of his life to follow his dream. It's going to happen. We're going to see him there. But for Trips to come out live, he didn't have to say shit. He didn't have to say shit at all. He didn't have to say shit about fuck. He could have just said, Trey's taking care of some personal family business. Could have just kept it vague. That's it. It's all he had to say. No, he had to sit there and say, well, some people just aren't passionate enough to be in this business. Fuck you, Trips. I mean, I'll give Trips all the credit in the world for the great things he has done for NXT over the last handful of years, that he's like really taken that group of people and taken NXT to the next level. Look, I don't watch it on a regular basis because I just watch too much shit already and I don't have the time to cover it. So props to Trips for that. But don't tell me that someone like Trey Miguel is not passionate. Fuck you, Trips. Seriously. I mean, that's just wrong. How the hell can you say that Dez and Wentz are passionate and that Trey ain't? Because he's taking care of family stuff. That's the most stand-up thing you could possibly fucking do. That pissed me off. That really pissed me off. So it's like, yeah, you want to turn a good chunk of your audience away from your brand, Trips? That's how you do it. Fuck your brand. I have no interest in watching your brand now. I mean, do I wish Dez and Wentz well? Absolutely. But damn. Oh, yeah, he said that too. Thanks for reminding me. Saying that he didn't help the Rascals progress in their career. Are you fucking serious? Then why did you hire him? Yeah, I mean, he's really been talking out of his ass lately. Thank you, Critical Sting. I forgot about that too. I don't remember when he said that in one of his recent interviews. Triple huh? Triple huh is more like it. I just, damn. like I said, I'll always be a fan of him to some degree because of his accomplishments and stuff. But damn, don't start putting people down for the life choices they make when they are stand-up things, I mean, if the news came out that all Trey wanted to do was take the rest of the year off and, smoke dope in his basement, whatever. Okay, then it's like, oh, dude, come on, man. Take the shot, man. You got your dreams ahead of you. Take it. But when this stuff starts coming out, damn. Just, you've got this fresh crop of kids and you're already burying them. Damn. And the company they came from. Not smart, Trips. Not smart. All right. Enough about that fucker. Oh, hell yeah, Trips is scared because his brand is blowing chunks all over USA. Big chunks. And to be honest, the only thing that I would want to see out of War Games from last night is Tommaso Ciampa's match. That's it. That's the only thing I wouldn't want to see. I've completely lost interest in Adam Cole and his group, the Undisputed or whatever the fuck they're called. And those guys are so talented. Not saying they're not talented. But they haven't been doing shit with them lately. So sad. Apparently Cross is coming back. Good luck to him. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Mark says, Triple H is one of my all-time favorites until very recently. Now I know what a scumbag he is. Yeah, really? Zach. In other news, the viewers want to know what you're drinking. If you really want to know, this is what I'm drinking. Ray's Energy Voodoo. You can get it at GNC. I was going to become, now this is real shit right here. I was going to become an ambassador of theirs because I saw an offer. You see like a billion things float through your Facebook feed or your Twitter feed or whatever. And it said, oh, well, you can, earn money by becoming a brand ambassador. So I was like, all right, I'll try this. I'm looking for some extra income. I'll try this. Well, I ordered their starter kit or whatever the fuck you call it. And that was X amount of dollars. But then they charged me more than double that, put my bank account in the negative, and it took me over a month to get that back. So no. So I'm doing the samples. I'm like, I'm legit, going to use the samples. But as far as like them trying to, me going into business with them, no, because that's not what you do. And I'm sure they didn't do that to everyone else, but policy move late at night. It is what it is. Okay, pasa, okay. What's up, dude? I have no clue what that is. Much love. Thanks for joining, Franco. Thanks for joining the Twitch. So, all right. Any other news you want to quick discuss before we jump into Raw highlights? We're already almost 45 minutes in. Anything quick you guys want to bounce off me? Oh, excuse me. All right, Paul, we'll see you. Are you going to watch Ring of Honor Final Battle and Review? You know what? It's been on my to-do list to like watch some of the new stuff, and I actually did watch a majority of the pure, what was it called? The Pure Championship. They brought it back. It had been gone for almost 10 years or something like that. Um, and that was a big part of them reintroducing Ring of Honor back to television with, you know, the way things are, no crowd, you know. So they decided to bring back this championship, put people in a tournament, bring in some new faces like Fred Yehi and stuff like that. So that really made me interested because I love Fred Yehi. Along with some others, I can't remember who all was in it. And then at the same time, we started getting they're putting out the feelers about EC3 joining. So I've been like watching bits and pieces. I watched most of the Pure tournament. I don't remember who won. I apologize. But then after that tournament was done, I kind of faded out from it. And then EC3 came in. I saw highlights of his match with, I don't remember who he faced. I've been real back and forth with it. I haven't watched it consistently. I am recording it on my DVR, but most of the time I'm just erasing it because I just don't have the time. I took a whole week off a couple weeks ago because my buddy's fiance passed away, so I spent a week with him just to spend time with him and just kind of just be there for him, you know. So that took me out of a lot of stuff, and it just stuff fell by the wayside. And Ring of Honor, unfortunately, was one of them. If I gotta see when it is, I think it's a week after. Is it a week after this coming weekend? If it is, I might watch it and just because I gotta. And it's not because they're not talented. It's just, oh, it's next Friday night. I assumed, 11 days. Okay, so it's next Friday night. Okay. So not this coming Friday, the following Friday. All right. I might. We'll see. We'll see. No promises. It'd be great for me to, you know, kind of get back into the swing of things with Ring of Honor. But I've also been covering SmackDown too, and SmackDown's been actually decent lately. It hasn't been perfect, but it's been decent. I love Roman Reigns as a heel and all that. I missed the last one. But so no promises. I might, you know, I got to catch up a little first and check out some highlights and see what they've been talking about. It's EC3 versus Jay Briscoe and Roosh versus Brody King. Is that what his name is? So there's a few matches I'm curious about. Very curious. It's you know, they're scratching and fighting and clawing to get back in the public's eye, and they're doing what they can. So I give them a lot of credit for that. Card is full now on their side. Okay, cool. SmackDown is number 2 to Impact for sure. It starts at 9. I figure I'll watch 1 hour SmackDown, then go to Ring of Honor. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, no promises, but just remind me on socials. Hit me up on the Twitter. Be like, hey, remember, blah, 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 blah. But no promises. We'll see. All right. So I think that's all I was going to cover as far as news bits, Mauro Ranallo calls WWE a mentally grueling place. No shit. I tell you what, I am very curious to see the new Thunderdome at the Tropicana Field. Looks like they're building a little mini arena inside the field. It's very interesting. I saw pictures of it recently. And apparently Eva Marie is back. I've heard this back and forth a billion times over the last couple months. Oh, she is back. Oh, no, there are no plans. Blah, 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 blah. Well, apparently Eva Marie is back. But no one has a clue what the hell she's doing. So, God help us. I mean, is she gorgeous? Yeah, but man, I really hope they keep her out of the ring. Unless she's trained, legit trained, and she's better. Other than that, I'm just, oh, God. Oh, yeah, Bennett went back to Ring of Honor, too. Glad he didn't come back to Impact. Yeah, you know what? I kind of feel the same way. I know some people really wanted to see him in Impact. But when he showed up in Impact, I don't know. It just felt awkward. It didn't feel like a fit. That's me. I know some people really loved it. But he showed up in some Goodwill Salvation Army looking get up, like some kind of weird suit that looked like he paid like $5 for. That was me. That was my impression. I'm like, what is going on here? I just wasn't excited. But that was a real, here's that word I love using. That was a wonky time, you know? They were bringing in some people, some of it stuck, some of it didn't. Like that was the same time they brought in Cody too. That was that whole GFW time, wasn't it? Kind of, sort of. It was at least close to that time, and that's when I was real back and forth. I wasn't really in yet. I was like, I don't know. Like some of it caught with me, some of it didn't. But Ring of Honor really needs fresh faces like that. And he was great when he was in Ring of Honor. So, hey, props to them for getting him back. I don't know if Maria's going to be like with him doing a valet thing or wrestling. I have no idea. But, hey, but she's still gorgeous, you know. So if she does do the valet thing, great, whatever. Oh God. Yeah, let's that's a great segue. I'd rather have Riddle's bro nuts. All right. Mark says that Bennett's Impact run was awful. Yeah, it just, like I said, man, it just didn't catch with me. It just didn't. I'm sure there's people that loved it. I didn't get it either. Like when they left, I was like, hey, all right. That was a run. I gotta say though, his theme, while in the WWE, was one of the best all time. And I'm what is that all the young bucks say nowadays? Dead ass on that. Love. Oh Lord, Jaybone just said dead ass. His theme is one of the greatest. I loved it. His run though in WWE, horrible. One of the worst. Crazy. What's up, Lakers? Welcome. His theme was catchy. By the way, I know there's a lot of new people coming in here lately. between this and over at Total Nonstop Impact. Almost 100 new subs combo between the both. Welcome. Thank you. I know there's a lot of people coming in because of all the AEW Impact stuff. So, yeah, I'm covering both between here and over on Total Nonstop Impact. So welcome. It's a very exciting time to be in professional wrestling. Fan of professional wrestling, excuse me. So yeah, make sure you head on over to TNI tomorrow night. We cover the stream live over on Twitch. We co-stream Impact Wrestling. You can catch our live reactions. And then a half an hour after it goes off the air, full review. We did not announce it yet. For the few of those who are in here, I'll break it here. Because I'm that kind of guy. Because I love you guys. Special guest tomorrow night was confirmed this afternoon. Rohit Raju is coming back tomorrow night. He's going to guest on the pod. He's going to be around. Shorter interview. We're not doing like an hour and a half with him or nothing. Shorter interview, 20 minutes tops. So, at this point, we might as well call him the fifth Beatle because he's been on so much. But we love him. We love our X Division champion, and we can't wait to get his opinion on all the stuff going on between AEW and Impact Wrestling. Can't wait to talk to him about that. So, be sure to tune in tomorrow night for the review. Not to watch along, the review. Well, watch along too, but and then after Rohit's on, we're going to have a special guest on our show, and that one I'm going to keep a little secret. So, Rohit's the interview, special guest. Got to tune in to find out. The mocha skin manimal. His mother calls him son because he shines like one. One of the best lines in professional wrestling right now, and it's from Rohit Raju. Love that one. That's right. He's our dude, right? Absolutely. Hell yeah. So, all right. Now, hey, thanks, Christopher. Much love, dude. Appreciate it. You can go watch over on the Twitch as well. Every single show is YouTube and Twitch. So either one. I appreciate the follow, sub, whatever you do. Much love, Christopher. Thank you. All right. Let's talk some Raw. I know it's late. I know. Goodwin Paul, what is up? Well, I haven't seen that name in here in a while. What's shaking, bacon? All right. From the 7th of December, Monday Night Raw. Whew. It's late. Let's get through this. So they're still honoring the sad loss of Pat Patterson. They open up the show with a moment of silence and also a 10-bell salute, which is appropriate because not everybody watches both SmackDown and or Raw. So, and I have no clue if they did the same on NXT. I'm assuming they did, but oh no, there's no TNI curse. Stop that. So yeah, they do that, and then throughout the entire episode tonight, they did pretty much the same stuff that they did over on SmackDown. No objection to it whatsoever. I know that Pat Patterson, whether you know it or not, was a huge part of the history on the foundation the early days, the birth of Vince McMahon's WWF. And they cover all that stuff. It was just from a different point of view because you had different announcers, same footage, just a different voice behind it. So, but I won't cover all that. But I didn't cover SmackDown, so I did at least want to just mention it here, briefly. So, but yeah, we've talked about that, over on TNI as well, briefly. So, 3 hours and 3 minutes. No, I'm not going to do it in 3 minutes, but we'll try to keep it brief because I know it's late. We're already going on an hour here. So it starts out here with Orton and promo with the Firefly Funhouse. Oof, say that 10 times really fast, especially when you're as tired as me, even after an energy drink. So he challenges Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt accepts. I'm like, okay, so this is one of those things, constructive criticism. I'm not going to say it's shit, but you're giving away the pay-per-view match already. Why? I don't understand. Well, to try to make a significant difference between Bray Wyatt and The Fiend. Okay, that's fine. I get that. But, you know, whatever. What's interesting, though, is there was no Alexa Bliss. Very interesting. And I have not heard why. I've not heard why. Inspired STP shirt. Come out yet, buddy. I want to buy a brother. Yeah, the link is in the description. If you want to get some new merch that is inspired by the classic NWO logo, STP, Smash This Podcast. The link is in the description. Go check it out. You guys crack me up. Oh, no. Don't call me a god. I'm just dedicated. Thank you, Mark. Love you. You guys are the best. So yeah, I wouldn't give this away. I understand how they booked it and why they booked it, because he faced Bray at the end of the show. Lights went out, was confronted by The Fiend, and I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place here. I did like the ending, though. How he did it with the mandible claw and then took him out. I mean, it's one of the most vicious moves in professional wrestling, especially for a character like The Fiend. So I do appreciate that. Just, you know, I wasn't really in until the very end of the show. I was like, okay, I get it. I got it. I see what you did there. Hail, Jaybone. Yeah, it's the wrong state, though, because it's not this state. It's this state right next to, on the other side of the lake. It's the other one. Anyways, so that's funny. The demo bone. Oh, my God. You guys are just the Boninator. Oh, my God. You are in the treehouse tonight. Dear God. Boninating podcast every damn night. I try. I'll be here all week. Try the pork. All right. So he challenges Bray Wyatt, accepts. No Alexa Bliss. I hope she's okay, because I really thought she was going to be here's that word, critical part of tonight's episode. Is Critical Sting in here? Oh, I see him in the chat. He is in here. I thought maybe I was going to say it and then he like show up. Zach, you're horrible. The Real Bone Soldier. Oh my God. Just all these t-shirts ideas. You guys are just filling my head with ideas now. It's crazy. There we go. That'll be the next one. Like it'll be like the Bullet Club Jaybone / STP shirt. Bone Soldier. Anyways. Who was the Bone Soldier? I'm trying to remember. He was in Impact Wrestling, right? It's not Marufuji. Who is... Someone refresh my memory. Who was it? He was in that X Cup like 3 years ago. And then he went to New Japan. Great gimmick. Still there in New Japan, too. Who was that? Come on, somebody. Anybody. Ishimori. Taiji Ishimori. Thank you, Lakers. Thank you, Sting. Thank you, Paul. I knew a bunch of people were going to get it. Mr. Mothball himself? What? Taiji? Okay. Thank you, Buzz Boy. Damn, yeah. Oh, he's going to be part of that Cup 2 coming up this Saturday. I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it because I'm doing Final Resolution, which is a bummer because I really want to watch that. Oh, well. The Bones Brigade. You guys. Oh, God. Asuka with Lana versus Shayna Baszler. Asuka gets a win. It's announced. Now, I don't know when they announced this. It sounded like they announced it tonight. They might have announced it earlier. It's going to be Asuka and Lana versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax at TLC for the Raw Women's Tag Team titles. Something's... I don't know what it is. Something's not clicking lately with Shayna Baszler. I don't know. She used to be really good, but something's not clicking lately. I don't know what it is. I'm not excited about her anymore. Asuka's still great. But then they announced Lana versus Nia Jax next week, and I'm like, oh, dear God. So Lana's taken 3 weeks in a row now. She has not gone through a table. It's like a mild miracle of God. It's like, well, what? Are you trying to kill her? Seriously, you can't do that every fucking week. They already did it, 10 times, whatever. A Super Bay Cup, no shit, right? So yeah, Asuka beats Shayna Baszler here. And I mean, I like what they're doing with Lana. I am trying to stay patient. She is getting better in the ring. You know, she's still, and I know she's working hard. God bless her. She is trying to get better in the ring. And I really hope she does become a great women's wrestler. I'll give her that. But man, this has been rough. This has been so rough, you know. It's hard to get behind someone when all you're doing is burying them on TV every single week. How are you supposed to get excited about Lana when all you see is someone like Nia Jax destroy her? Like, you see her do that every week for 2 months. Why are we supposed to care about her? Seriously. So it's tough. It's been a rough road for fans of Lana. But I do hope she improves. I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, get her off of TV. She sucks. Because I know she's putting in the work. I've seen it. working behind the scenes with someone like Natalia, who's trying to train her to become a better wrestler. I give anybody credit in the world, because for a while she wasn't getting physical at all. Back when she was in NXT with Rusev 5 years ago or whatever it was, she wasn't taking bumps. Now she is. So I give her a lot of credit for trying. So we'll see what happens. Slapjack and Reckoning with Mustafa Ali versus Dana Brooke and Ricochet. Dana Brooke and Ricochet getting a squash win over Slapjack and Reckoning. Really interesting booking here. I mean, like I'm big. You guys know I'm been a big fan of Ricochet for a while now. By the way, this is one of the best action figures to come out for Ricochet, like ever. It's legit awesome. It's gonna go up somewhere around here. Just haven't done it yet. I have to redo my whole damn office because it's just cuckoo in here. Someday, hoping for early 2020, whole thing is going to get revised, new look, new background, everything. Stay patient, folks. So I'm legit happy that they got a win, because for a while, Ricochet was just getting shit kicked out of him every single week. And especially someone like Dana Brooke actually getting the win here in the match against the Reckoning, aka Mia Yim. It confuses me. I think there's a bigger picture here that they're doing. So I'm trying to make sense of this in my head. I try not to overthink wrestling, folks. That's why I've said a billion times. I'll say it again. Don't overthink it, but you try to understand why they book certain things. So I think there's a story they're telling here with the people in Retribution. Is, Mustafa Ali is trying to lead them because of where they came from and they weren't appreciated. But now he's beating them down more because they're losing, which, you try not to overthink. You're like, why the hell did Reckoning beat Dana Brooke? She should have, beat her 10 times already. They've been so inconsistent in the past with storytelling, but they're actually trying to tell a story here, I believe. So, Ali is going to get more members, Eli Washington said. Maybe. And he's trying, in the midst of all this, Mustafa Ali is still trying to recruit Ricochet. So who knows? I mean, some people may end up getting kicked out of Retribution, which may seduce, I don't mean sexually, but seduce Ricochet into joining Retribution. I don't know. You never know. So I am curious. Ricochet is still one of my favorites, so I am curious to see how, where this story goes. Zero Cool, what's up, man? Welcome. It's late. Anybody coming in late, welcome. What's up? So yeah, an absolute squash match. This was like less than 2 minutes. So the critical part of this, there's that word, critical. I wanted to see a longer match, but I'm still happy that Ricochet and Dana Brooke got the win. So I'll take it for what it is. But yeah, I'll call it an upset because Dana Brooke got the win over Reckoning. So we'll see where this goes. Miz TV calls out AJ Styles, and I do like this, the way the main event picture here, because AJ Styles is supposed to face McIntyre at TLC, while looming in the background is still this story with The Miz and Morrison by his side, of course. Miz has got to cash it in soon. Like you could tell it's right there. And I'm a big fan of The Miz. You guys know this. I'm a big fan of The Miz. I even watched the Miz and Mrs. show. It's fucking hilarious. If you guys don't watch it, you want to watch some wacky ass, funny reality television. Miz and Mrs. And I don't watch reality television. I've sworn it off for years. I'll watch the Miz and Mrs. though, because it's just a riot. Watch them raise kids, move families from this place to that place, dealing with Maurice's mother. It's freaking hilarious. I mean, there's a dose of real life mixed in with comedy, like real life shit that happens. It's great. It really is. So I've wanted Miz to get a championship shot for a long time now. As much as I didn't like them taking the briefcase off of Otis, because Otis is Wisconsin, and I always got to support the Wisconsin guys. I love the Miz more. So I'm excited about this. And I want to see the Miz become champ again. I'm a selfish Miz fan because he didn't deserve it back when he had it 10-ish years ago when he headlined with Cena. He deserves it now because he's a company guy and he's one of the hardest working guys in the company, bar none. Watching him grow over the last decade plus, whatever it's been, has been really interesting. No, Bell's boy, Ricochet is not being seduced sexually. So goofy. The next 3 Retribution members, Fidget, Shackle, and Gizmo. Jiminy Christmas. You can't. Oh, you guys. You even said it in the YouTube chat. You're so goofy. Oh, he just keeps typing it until I see it. So goofy. Hakeem's in here? What's up, Hakeem? Why am I not seeing it? Is he in here? He must be in here. I saw something else. He thinks Retribution is going to be done by Royal Rumble. I mean, I want to see people become successful on the main roster, but you got to have people win, you got to have people lose. It's been interesting to watch, I'll say that. It's been interesting. It's crazy. They're doing nothing with them. Well, they're losing. They're on TV, so it's something, but the buildup has been wonky as shit. I have been very critical of it. So there's Hakeem. There he is. Do you think the Sea Stars will get signed to Impact after Final Resolution? I will say, I'm going to say by 2021. Actually, I'll say by Hard to Kill. I'll say by Hard to Kill they'll be signed. That's a guess. I'm hoping. But like I said, you want them signed, sound off on the Twitter box, Facebook, wherever. Tag the company. Tag the EVPs. Tag Scott. Tag Don Callis, even though he's kind of like an AEW heel land right now. Let them know you love them and that you want to see them on a regular basis. It's the only way it's going to get done. Damn, why you got to use a signal so much? It's your signal. It's because I love you. All right, we continue. And this whole thing that they're pitting Sheamus versus McIntyre, that is interesting too. That's really expanding the whole main event scene. I like it. So that I'm actually pro on, because I do want to see a tag team of McIntyre and Sheamus, but then you also see stuff like what happened tonight, and I'm going to kind of jump into what happened later after the second hour when they had the match, when Sheamus bro kicked the shit out of McIntyre at the end of that match and then caused them to lose. When Styles pinned Sheamus, and then they were fighting, and then what's his name? Pat Buck, that long distant cousin of the hell, Nick Buck and Matt Buck. Please tell me someone gets that joke. Courtesy of one Finn Balor, way back in the early Bullet Club days. Someone please get that joke. They put Pat Buck through a freaking table in catering. It's fucking hilarious. And then they're like, all right, let's go get a pint. All right. So they go get a pint after they're done kicking each other's ass. Because that's what they do. Pat Buck, the producer, yes. Max and Jeremy Buck, yes. Generation Me. No, the joke is because when... what was his name in New Japan and the Indies? Finn Balor. It's late. I'm tired. You guys know who I'm talking about. When he introduced the Young Bucks to New Japan, he mistakenly, because he was so nervous, said that instead of Jackson as their last name, that Buck was their last name. So that's what the joke is. So the promo's out there. Go look it up on YouTube. I know it's there. So no, I'm not talking about the TNA names. I'm talking about what he called them in New Japan. So, all right, we continue. Kofi Kingston versus Shelton Benjamin. Decent match. It's amazing that we actually are. I'll give this a compliment to the booking crew that we're blessed to see two veterans like this go at it. So Kofi beats Shelton, and then now this is interesting. Cedric Alexander is like, no. I'm tired of you whipping our asses. I beat Xavier last week. I'll whip your ass, talking to Kofi. I'll whip your ass tonight. Get your ass back in the ring. Let's do this. Commercial break. They come back. And Cedric Alexander actually beats Kofi. Now, it's not exactly fair because he just had a great match with Shelton Benjamin. But he beats him in pretty short time. So, call it upset, call it whatever. So it's interesting that Cedric Alexander from the Hurt Business beat these guys 2 weeks in a row. Beat Xavier Woods this week, beat Kofi Kingston. So I think we're going to eventually see the Hurt Biz or some version of the Hurt Biz get the tag belts, courtesy of Cedric Alexander. I mean, I don't understand if you're going to have them lose like a fourth time in a row. It's like, all right, come on. Let's not do this. Let's have some kind of consistent storytelling here where Prince Devitt, thank you, Lakers. Appreciate it. Squirrel. Distracted as shit. Look, I love the New Day. Okay, their run over the last 5+, 6+ years or whatever it's been has been legendary. One of the best tag team stables, whatever you want to call them, in the company. But it's time to shake things up. It's time to pass it on to someone else. I do like the Hurt Biz, even though they've been like kind of crazy booked over the last year, whatever it's been of their existence. Because they've gone back and forth between heel and hero versus like Retribution a couple months ago. So whatever, it is what it is. So yeah, I want to see them get those tag titles. Why not? And I like the way because it feels like they do gel. There's some guys that were just thrown together, but I do like it. TLC theme is announced as Highway 666 from Corey Taylor. Be really interesting if they actually have them play that live at TLC. That'd be pretty badass. I think Corey Taylor played live at one of the last takeovers. It wasn't War Games. It was one of the ones before that, I believe. Some pay-per-view we had him out. So MVP helped him out a lot. Yeah, I mean, he has. MVP is a great manager, mentor figure for these guys. It's great. Cedric is growing on me. Yeah, I mean, they're giving that guy a chance to shine. Props to Cedric and whoever's booking these guys. Did you see Angel Garza's promos packaged? Who was a lady he gave the rose to? I'm hearing rumors out there that it's going to be Eva Marie packaged with him. God, I hope not, but whatever. It is what it is. I like Garza. I'm not like he's not one of my favorites, but I like him. Like I liked him when he was with Impact Wrestling. I just didn't like and that was in that time when I was kind of back and forth on him because he was banged up so much while he was with Impact Wrestling, and they kept putting him out there in those 3-man tags, those 2-man tags. I'm like, why? And because he was always taped up and he always had a bum wing. And it really affected his performance. That's why I didn't like it. I'm like, why do you keep throwing him out there when he's got a bum wing? Take him off of TV for a couple months. Bring him back when he's 100% because I do like him in the ring. But it was really affecting his performance. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him. I really liked him with Andrade. I don't know why they split him up. Why did they do anything, Because that made too much damn sense, right? And then, of course, Zelina Vega's gone, so they had to shake that all up, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. We got to wait and see. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus versus AJ Styles, The Miz and Morrison, 3-on-2. That was fun. Talked about the end of that. McIntyre and Sheamus brawled. They put Pat Buck through a table at the end of that, so they're like, cheers, let's go get a pint. My horrible Scottish accent, so please forgive me for that. Don't send me hate mail from the UK. Bobby Lashley versus Jeff Hardy, that was fun. Riddle out there with the bro nuts. Dear God, this. I don't hate this. I don't hate what they're doing with the Riddle because it's so goofy. It's so over the top goofy. It's like way overdone. It's just way over the top goofy. Bro this, bro that, bro nuts. I'm like, shit. The picture of Happy Riddle on a t-shirt with a box of donuts. I'm like, bro nuts, dude. What the fuck? Oh, Jiminy Christmas. By the way, this was tasty. This was the Voodoo. Tasted like strawberry. So if you guys like strawberry, I gotta say, every one I've had a couple of these. It's one of the first energy drinks that doesn't taste like gasoline. Because so many of the Monsters and Red Bulls, they taste like gasoline to me. Just taste nasty. Not that I drink straight gasoline, but you know what I mean. It's got the medicinal taste that's just like you're drinking something foreign that's not supposed to be in your system. No, these are actually good. And like it says, there's zero sugar, no crash. No crash. That's why I'm hoping that after this, I'm just gonna come down easy. That or I'll just pop a Benadryl and go to sleep then, So you can get them at GNC if you're curious. Bro nuts. Look, and I'm a donut whore. Totally. You put a box of donuts in front of me, it's gone. I am so bad with donuts. And so I'm sitting there watching Raw, trying to get through it. And I'm just like, donuts. Fuck, I want some donuts now. And I really can't. I've been trying to lose weight, and it's so hard. So hard. So yeah, Bobby Lashley beats Jeff Hardy. Probably best match on the card. So I'm glad, I sat through it. I sat through it and watched it. It's interesting. I don't know exactly what they're doing with Riddle and all this. It's probably going to end up Riddle versus Bobby. Fuck, it's time to end this. I am tired. It's probably going to end up being Riddle versus Bobby Lashley. Got it. For the U.S. title at TLC. Total guess. I think that's where this is going. Hey, put it on Riddle. Whatever. And then they could change the name of the title to the United States Bromanship or something. I don't know. What the fuck? Orton versus Wyatt was okay. Ended in, I guess you could say, a no contest. Lights go out. Fiend shows up. It's not Bray Wyatt anymore. Puts the mandible claw on Orton, and that's where the show ends. My DVR kicked off at 1 minute to the top of the hour. So if something happened after that, I don't know. I don't think it did. Zach Boniford subscribed. Love you, dude. Thank you. Subscribed 2 months in a row. Thank you so much, man. Made my night. Much love, Zach. Go get on to Twitch and give it some love. All right, we're an hour and a half in. That's the end of the Raw. Any last minute things you want to quick discuss before we get out of here? Because my brain is fading fast, but I will stick around a little longer because you guys have been so good tonight and have put up with my tired ass. And while I'm waiting for that, just to remind you folks that came in late, tomorrow night, Rohit Raju will be a guest over on Total Nonstop Impact. The review. He'll be in the first part of the review, do a little interview with him, and then cover the rest of Impact Wrestling. We will do the watch-along co-stream for Impact Wrestling over on the Twitch. So please, head on over. Go give it some love. Can't wait to see where all this AEW Impact Wrestling stuff goes. It's going to be a slow build, I think. We're not going to see like 10 people from AEW show up. Don't expect that. But I can't wait to see where this goes. And by the way, for all the shit sheets out there saying that this is a one-off, I want to let you guys in on a little something. This ain't a one-off, folks. This isn't going to be Kenny shows up tomorrow night and that's it. But that's all I'm going to tell you, okay? Oh, what did Jaybone mean by that? Guys, seriously. Why would they do this if that's all they were going to do? That's pointless, right? What has Impact Wrestling been good at? What has AEW, love it or not, what has AEW been decent with over its last year one? Storytelling. Trust me on this. Oh, Cody Hall. Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. So it was announced. Fuck the shit sheets. I love you, Lakers. Cody Hall was announced as being a part of the MLW reboot, or whatever you call it, restart. Hashtag MLW restart. Which I'm probably not going to cover. I don't know. I tell you what, I'd rather cover the classic shit from almost 20 years ago, honestly. Because it's very similar to what's going on with what I'm covering with Trent and Bill, and sometimes Mark's in there too. The classic Asylum stuff. A lot of the same players. CM Punk's in there, Raven's in there. The SATs are in there. And they've been putting them all on the MLW. So I've been very curious about that. It's still on my to-do list. I just don't know when I'm getting to it. I at least want to watch it. I don't know if I'm going to review it. But it does look interesting because it's very ECW-ish. Or ECW-esque, however you want to say it. So yeah, it was announced that Cody Hall was a part of MLW, but then 5 minutes, legit, like almost 5 minutes later, it was announced that he's not. So I don't know. I have not watched any of the restart. But I really don't know. So I don't know if he was like part of the tapings, but he wasn't officially signed. I have no clue. I really have no clue. I don't know any other details other than it was confirmed and then it was unconfirmed. So what that means is I don't know. Cody Hall in MLW was shorter than MVP. Well, MVP never even made it to TV. He was supposed to start out with that podcast interviewing people, and that like ruined it for him or something. God, that goes back. Mike Bennett returned to Ring of Honor. Yeah, I talked about that a little bit earlier. What's up, David Valentine? Welcome. One woman wrestler. Yeah, no, they have no women wrestlers. They don't. They need, put it this way. When they get serious about a women's division, I might consider covering them again. Or at least watching them. But they're completely ignoring the women, which is just, it doesn't look good. It just does not look good. You have an indie scene flourishing with women. And if you're not going to take advantage of that, what's the matter with you? Seriously. Oh no, Trent's marriage jokes. Oh no. Oh, I saw something else in here. Wonder what happened to MLW women's division. It went by with Cornette. Pretty much. Selena De La Renta doesn't count. She runs a faction. She doesn't wrestle. And if you got one woman, no, it still doesn't count. I mean, I give her credit for sticking around. She used to wrestle. I don't know what happened to her. She got injured. I don't know. So, I mean, do I hope to see her in the ring again? Sure, but I don't know. Thanks, Swag fan. Love you, dude. Some WWE fans don't understand storytelling because sometimes it's missing. That's great. That's great, RK. It's true. It's true. Or that Don Callis is going to leave Impact for AEW. Come on, people. No, it's... See, all right. I'll let you guys in on a little something. Nobody saw this shit coming. When this happened last Wednesday, nobody knew this was coming, except for the people that knew it was coming. The shit sheet writers are trying so desperately to get ahead of this. And the only legit thing that's come out about it, that is legit, is that it's been in the works for a while. And the Young Bucks even said that. They said that on some interview somewhere, that they've been trying to get together and do stuff with Impact Wrestling since they were in Ring of Honor. And we saw that with the Hardy Boys. And that was, look, excuse me, Impact Wrestling / TNA back then was a different company. Ed Norholm was a different person. It just was a different run company. It's night and day different now. It really is. You know, it was right around that same time that they brought in, I believe, Scott D'Amore, Don Callis, and it's been running so much more smoothly, so much more freedom. It's not, it's not being run like the WWE, where they're locking people down and this, that, and the other thing. The locker room will tell you it's significantly different and has gotten so much better. Is it perfect? No, but it's gotten so much better. Bell's Boy says, how do you see this Impact / AEW partnership going, Jaybone? Well, let me tell you. I think there's absolutely something big coming. I think we're going to see a few different things, but I think we're going to get at least 2 or 3 matches between the two over the next few months. Is it going to happen at Final Resolution? Probably not, because that's already been shot. I mean, could we see something potentially, how do I say it? Final Resolution is a great place to see something be like, oh, there it is. We saw Kenny and Don Callis take off from AEW Dynamite last week. We're going to show up on Impact Wrestling. Okay, that's planting the seed. Nothing's happened yet. They're planting the seed. People are talking about it. Tons of people talking about it. And if you don't think there's a lot of people talking about it, let me tell you, the growth between this channel and TNI has been absolutely phenomenal in just the last week. That's proof positive that people are talking about it. People want to see something happen. People are fantasy booking it, and it's fun to do that. I don't do that a lot. We don't do that a lot. But it's fun to do that. It's fun to talk about that once in a while. Be like, hey, this is what we want to see out of this. And the last time I did that, honestly, was a couple years ago with Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling. And one very pissed off Cody Rhodes that said, untag me from this shit. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Basil and I covered it this last Wednesday. And he actually found the tweet. I don't know how he did it, but he found the tweet. We had a good couple laughs about it. So if you want to go check that out, it's last week's AEW review. So yeah, and I've been talking about doing that. I haven't done it yet because I just haven't had the time. I was down for a few days. I think we're going to get at least 2 or 3, maybe a handful of matches. It's going to help wrestling in general. It's going to help both brands. It's especially going to help Impact Wrestling. It's going to put a lot more eyes on it, and they're going to see how good Impact Wrestling has been lately. We've been praising it for the last... I've been praising it for the last 3 years. Consistency, good wrestling, good storytelling. TNI has been doing it consistently the last 2 years. And I've been with TNI the last year and a half. And it has been so much fun covering Impact Wrestling in the past of TNA with those guys. It's the best collaboration I've ever been with. And I've done a lot. Excuse me. Holy shit. It's time to go. Losing the voice. I've been with a lot of different podcasts, including this podcast has been around for 7+ years now. It's hard to believe. I've been with so many different podcast families over the years, and man, what we're doing with TNI is just bar none. I've seen the most growth in the last year and a half in this podcast, and that podcast has been absolutely phenomenal. I don't talk numbers much, but just for example, it's gone from 200 plus to now it's creeping up on 1,000 since March. That's amazing. That's amazing. And to watch that grow like that for the last year and a half makes me so freaking proud that I could be a part of that. And it's helped this podcast too. So whoever came over from TNI over the last, year and a half, thank you so much for being a part of the growth of this podcast as well. It's just good for wrestling, and I think it's going to go over the course of the next, I'll say slowly. I think it's going to be a slow burn over the next 6 months. That's what I'm hoping for. Little stories here and there. Because I know people are like, oh, this is the top 20 matches I want to see. I don't think we're getting that. It's fun to do that, but I don't think we're getting that. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's not going to happen, because the possibility is there, folks. The door's open. The door's open, folks. And AEW is said, and Tony said, we're open for business. Like legit open for business. Not the kind where Triple H is like, hey, we'll buy your fucking company. We'll put you on our network, but we don't give a fuck about you. Not that kind of open for business. No. Tony Khan is proof positive, open for business. He's working with NWA, putting some of their players on his show. Impact Wrestling. It's happening, And little things here and there. AAA. Proof positive that Tony is open for business. These little partnerships growing, helping the business. Yeah, I did see that. That was goofy. It was okay. Kingston is a treasure on the mic. Oh, absolutely. Eddie Kingston is great. So yeah, if this turns into Lance Archer versus Eddie Kingston fight. I was really surprised to see Jake the Snake take a bump. I was shocked because he's really not in good shape lately. His COPD has gotten worse. So to see him take a tumble and like roll around in the ring, I was like, holy shit. I'm not going to frown on it. I was just surprised to see it. I was like, holy shit, that guy's tough, you know? So, what if Callis starts targeting his former Impact employees on AEW? I don't know. I mean, anything could happen, but we're going to start seeing like I said, the seed is planted. We got to wait till Tuesday night or later today, wherever you're watching this from, whenever you're watching this. We got to see what they say, and I can't wait to see the birth of this happening. And we're going to be talking to Rohit Raju. I can't wait to get his reaction to all this. A friend of the show, Rohit, it's been great to see his growth on that brand over the course of the last year, become X Division champion. So, yeah, we'll be talking to the champ in the first part of the review tomorrow night. Be sure to tune in. I'm turning in soon. We'll be doing the watch along over on the Impact, Total Nonstop Impact Twitch channel. Got to get through this. The watch along for the Impact Wrestling co-stream. So tune in for that. And then after Impact Wrestling goes off the air, 1.5 hour later, we'll be live for the review. Rohit Raju will kick off the first part of the review and then stick around for the rest of it. So, okay. Last one. Quick question. Is it me or does Sea Stars remind you of Sarita and Rosita? Do you think? I don't remember what Rosita and Sarita did. I know they were tag champs. Do you think Tony and Don can make a plan about AEW Dark with Impact Explosion? No, I doubt that's going to happen. I mean, they may plant little things on AEW Dark because they have been actually incorporating some storyline things in AEW Dark and carrying it over to Dynamite. But no, I don't think Explosion is going to get in the mix. It may get a brief mention during a match depending on who's on the Explosion match, but I don't see it happening. I'm not saying it's impossible that it's not going to happen. I just don't think it's going to. So, all right. That's it, folks. I'm getting out of here. Tired as hell. We're going to chop this off before it hits the 2 hour mark. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. We'll see you mañana over on that other little podcast called Total Nonstop Impact for all things Impact Wrestling. Much love, y'all. Good night. We'll see you.